Hello, my name is Ed Allman. This is Veterans News. I want to thank Erica Bradley of North Shore TV for the use of her studio facilities here in Lake Success. By the way, those facilities are 1947 this place was built. And do you know what the facility was used first for?
I do not.
It was the first location of the United Nations. And now it's the studio here. I'd also like to thank Rebecca Levine for her professional advice and for Erica Bradley. I said she's the producer here. Anyway, our guest today is Kevin Lovelace. Kevin is program manager for an organization that puts veterans back to work. I think it's called America
Works.
America Works.
Yep.
He also has a pretty interesting story about himself, so we'll talk to him in just a few minutes. But first, let's hear about some of the veterans who died recently. Warren Trachtenberg, 91, former mayor of New Hyde Park. He served in the Air Force in 1951 to 55. William Owen spent 2 years in the Army during the Korean War, but he served in Germany, where he learned to ski. Funeral services were held in Greenport. Eugene Noonan of Babylon was a graduate of the Merchant Marine Academy and served in the U.S. Navy, and he was Commodore of the Long Island Yacht Club. He died at 97 years. William Lackley, originally from New Hyde Park, received a bachelor's and a master's degree from Hofstra University. He was in the Army as a captain. He spent 36 years at Uniondale High School. George Hanu died at 89. He lived in Plainview. After college, he was a captain in the U.S. Army. George was a member of the Lions Club, president of the Rotary Club, Knights of Columbus, and the Partridge Club. Larry Fratello was raised in Northport. He served in the Air Force, where he was chased by a bear. He also jumped out of a plane and stood. I think that was I think he had what do you call it? Not an umbrella, a parachute. And he stood on a nuclear bomb accidentally. Francis McLaughlin died at 95 years old. He was the proprietor of McLaughlin's Tavern. He was buried at Calverton National Cemetery. And lastly, Thomas Amodio of Massapequa died at 94. He was a proud member of the Army and of the Sons of Italy. Now is the time for our guest. Kevin, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
Okay, very good. Kevin, you're dressed with an Army cap. I guess you were in the Army?
I was. For 10 years I was. Yeah.
10 years?
10 years in the Army.
Can you tell me what you did?
Yeah, so I joined the Army 2 years after high school. In fact, I was going to join the Marines, and my uncle, I called my uncle at the time walking in, and he's like, he was a Marine. He's like, no, you're not. You're going to the Army. So didn't really know much about it, but I joined the Army, and it was the best 10 years of my life. When I joined, I enlisted as the Patriot missile launcher, which is air defense. Did that for 7 out of the 10 years.
What did you do with there?
So I was the one that took care of the missiles, reloaded the missiles, made sure the launchers were taken care of.
How did you reload a missile?
So there was 2 different ways you could reload missiles. These missiles are about 30 feet long. So you use a 10K forklift or a giant crane on the back of a GMT.
On the back of a what?
A GMT, a big truck with a crane on it and a bed where you can put the missiles on it.
Well, how many people were involved in that?
So a crew would be about 5 people for a reload. It would be 5 people for reloading it. So you'd have 1 crane operator. You have 1 person giving signals to where to move the missile. You have 2 soldiers that are moving the missile with ropes, right, and then tying the missiles down. And then you have the NCOIC, who's in charge of the entire crew, going around and helping as well.
Okay, we're going to talk about America Works a little later on.
Okay.
I'm still involved in this missile.
Yeah.
What were your targets? I mean, you never fired one for real.
I never fired one in live combat, no. In fact, I think they were just used in the past couple of months when, I think it was when they were shooting missiles over They used the Patriot system. So we haven't used it a lot. It's been a while.
In Ukraine.
It wasn't in Ukraine. It was over there. That whole situation that just happened. Palestine, they shot over, and then the Patriot missiles were the ones that were helping shoot them down. So they were using them over there.
Okay.
So really, I mean, we do a lot of live fires, a lot of live training fires, shooting drones down. But the missiles are meant to take any hostile missiles down, any Scuds, any airplanes that are coming after us. Yeah. So it's to defend the airspace, to protect.
I see.
Usually we're stationed around the Air Force, so we're protecting their runways.
Right.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Did you did that for the whole 10 years you were in the Army?
So no, I did that for the first 4 years, and then I was voluntold, is what we kind of call in the Army, where they kind of tell you where you're going. They say it's volunteer-wise, to be a recruiter. And so I did 3 years recruiting.
What was your rank when you became a recruiter?
When I became a recruiter, I was an E6, a staff sergeant, and then I did.
You were an E6.
Yep.
After your 4 years in the military?
Yes.
How did you become an E6?
So I came in as an E1, a fuzzy, right into basic training. I was promoted to E2 after basic training, and then
That's pretty good.
Yep, and then I made the honor grad in my training, AIT, my job training, and was promoted again after that. And then right at my 18 months, when I can get promoted to E4 specialist, I got it. And then at 2 years, I got E5, and then 4 years, I got E6. Yeah.
All this time, you were a high school graduate?
I was a high school graduate until I was an E6 is when I decided to go back to college.
Were you a good high school graduate?
I was a good high school graduate. My mom, we weren't allowed to bring C's home, so I was kind of forced to be a good high school graduate. Yeah.
Very good.
So, yeah.
What did you do for an education in the Army?
Yep. So I decided back, when I was in, they told me about an opportunity for, it's called tuition assistance while you're in the service, and they'll pay for you to go back to college to get your bachelor's degree. And so I used that opportunity, and I went back and got a business degree in business management, and then another business degree in business administration. So while I was in the service, in fact, while I was recruiting, I went back for 2 degrees.
You're amazing. You got 2 college degrees while you were in the service.
I did.
Most fellas get maybe a degree, but after they get out of the service.
Yeah, so they usually use their GI Bill post 9/11. I was fortunate enough to where I could give that to my kids. So they have help paying for their college as well, because the Army helped me pay for mine.
Your kids, how many kids do you have?
Too many, Ed. I have 5 kids.
5 kids?
I have 5 kids.
You've been married how many years?
I've been married for 7 years.
7 years, 5 kids. You were pretty...
I'm one of 6. I'm the oldest of 6, and my wife is the youngest of 5, so we're just used to big families.
Very good.
And she wants one more. I told her I want to sleep, Ed.
Wow. Okay. You went to what kind of school did you go to? Where did you go to school? While you were in the service?
Yeah, so I mean, other than my civilian education, which I did at Post University online, which helped me so well, I got a couple opportunities.
You went to online school?
I did. I went to online school. It's easy for while you're in the service, because obviously you can't be doing that, worried about deploying, and trying to go to school too as well. So online school, knocked everything out, did all my credits. They give you a lot of credits for all the training that you did in the service too as well. So that helped, jumpstart my degrees. And
you told me something about the benefits these days. You can hand over your GI Bill to your son or daughter? Yep. So there's stipulations. You got to meet a certain amount of time. It's that everything, and but you can sign it over to your kids. So before I got out of the service, I signed my GI Bills over to my kids, so that they're taken care of, and that covers. That covers education, that covers classes, that covers books, that covers housing, so they don't have to work for do work. So it's really good, and that helps the veterans too as well. But and you can. I have to get off of you soon and get onto your subject. But You also you're taking a master's degree now?
I am. I have about 2 semesters left in my master's degree.
Your master's degree was all on you, right? You had to pay for all of that?
I have. I've been paying for it.
Okay.
I've been using, I'm going to try to use the VR&E grant too as well, so I'm in the process of trying to help with that a little bit more, but it's all been paid out of my pocket.
Very good.
I'd rather be in debt than give my kids debt,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah, so.
Very
yeah.
good. All right, let's talk about the America Works.
Okay.
Yeah. How long did you you got out of the service? Oh, why did you get out?
Okay.
Why didn't you?
Yeah.
You spent 10 years in.
Yeah.
Why didn't you make it 20?
So listen, I would have loved to. I wish I could be back in every single day. In fact, I'd have about 4 more years left, and I'd be a full 20 years. They basically gave me an option. I got injured my back while training, and I dealt with it for 4 or 5 years, and it got to the point where they said, hey, you know, it's kind of time to look at your back surgery or get out, you know, take a med board. Being that I was, you know, only 30 years old and I had kids, and I didn't want to take the chance of doing back surgery, so I volunteered to take the med board and got out in January 2020, literally right when COVID hit is when I got out.
You didn't want to take surgery?
No, I'm too young for that. It's like a
Okay.
50-50 chance, you know, back surgery is never guaranteed, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about America Works.
Okay.
What is it, and how did you get the job?
So, you know, even though 10 years in the Army, recruiter, and 2 bachelor's degrees, it was very hard for me to find a job. One of the first jobs I had when I got out of the service was standing at the VA, taking temperatures of veterans come in, making sure they don't have COVID. And then I worked at Tractor Supply, and then I applied for this position and saw veterans. I've always wanted to help veterans. I had some struggling times in my life where I wish I would have had somebody to help me after I got out of the service, and so I wanted to dedicate, you know, my time and effort into helping veterans. I found this job. Took about 3 or 4 months to get hired, and that was 2 years ago, and haven't turned back, and I love this job, and I love what I do every single day.
How long have you had the job?
2 years now.
2 years.
Yep, I've been here for 2 years.
And you're the program manager now?
I am. I'm the program manager of all of Long Island, so I run Suffolk and Nassau County. Yep.
Very good.
Yep.
You run Suffolk and Nassau County. I went to your Nassau County office. Do you have another office in Suffolk?
I don't. My office is anywhere, the library or Panera, wherever I can meet a veteran.
Oh, okay.
If they can't get out to Levittown in Long Island or in Nassau, I go out to them and just meet them wherever. So my windshield time, that's my car is my office sometimes.
What kind of jobs do you find for these veterans?
So we really try to hone in on what the veteran wants to do. One of the biggest jobs that we find for veterans is security guard work. Being that we're funded by the Department of Labor, we can pay for it all, and so security guard work, they get out of the military, that's something they're familiar with, pulling fire guard, pulling security guard, so we put them to work. It's about, it costs anywhere $300 to $400 for them to be a security guard. America
What do you
Works
mean it costs them money?
So they have to do training. Department of Labor, like we're funded by the Department of Labor. One of the main things is they want us to do training to get them ready for a job. Now, if that's taking an 8-hour course or 16-hour course to be a security guard, I had a veteran that wanted to be an airplane mechanic. He did that in the service. So we paid for him to take the certifications, take the test, and everything here to where he actually ended up getting a job right here at JFK.
If he wants to be a mechanic, and you pay for his training, does that mean you send him to mechanic school?
So not necessarily. We're not there is a limit. It's the Department of Labor. Everything has to be run through them when it's over a certain amount of money for training. But if it comes down to another one, Armed Guard is a big one for security guards. It's about an $800 course that they have to go through. We pay for them to go through that and become an Armed Guard security guard for the state of New York.
An Armed Guard?
Yep. Yep. So obviously we can't, we're not the one purchasing the weapons and everything like that, or helping him with the permit and everything, but we're helping him get that training that he needs to do that job that he wants to do. And it's not just security guard work or mechanics. We have managers. We have one of our veterans that makes $75 an hour, and we got him into a company where he's installing security guard cameras in schools. And he's making $75 an hour.
$75 an hour.
$75 an hour.
I'm thinking that you just get a job for a guy who's making minimum wage.
Oh, no, not at all. There's not a veteran that will leave our office that makes less than $20 an hour. We won't allow it. The state of New York says that the minimum comfortable living wage is about $28 an hour. It's like $27.35, and so we want to get closer to that, the 25-30 range. But we don't leave a veteran. We have veterans that come in that are able to live off savings and not worry about getting a job tomorrow. But we have veterans that need a job, or they're being kicked out, or they can't eat tomorrow.
I'd like to know, have we put up on the screen the how somebody can get in touch with you? I hope that the crew in the back can put that up on the screen. There we go.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Your phone number there?
That is my phone number, 347-429-9314. It goes directly to my office and directly to my cell phone. So I'm available to, call me whenever. I mean, obviously don't call me at 9 o'clock at night when I'm trying to go to bed or something like that. But yeah, I've taken calls, weekends helping soldiers that were in a crisis. And
really?
Yeah, of course. This is, I dedicate my life to, helping veterans because, it's something I was given the opportunity to do, and I'm going to do, the best I can. Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
Oh.
What else? What other kinds of jobs have you located?
Oh, so we have manager jobs. We've hired someone that started working at the Statue of Liberty, which was crazy to me. I don't understand why you would take a ferry to work every day. But yeah.
I would.
You would. I would.
Boy, I love ferry rides. I take a ride out across the Sound.
Yeah.
Every summer. I just do it constantly.
Yeah.
Going right over to Stamford and coming back Bridgeport. I mean,
there you go.
Back.
I actually have an RV. So when I got out of the Army, we bought an RV. My wife was a travel nurse, and for 3 years, every 3 months, we moved to a different state, and I put my RV on that ferry and rode it right over to Connecticut.
Very good.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
So how did this guy get a job at the Statue of Liberty?
So it
manager?
was nope. It was a she.
Okay.
So she called me, and she was in the middle of moving up from Maryland. And struggling and didn't have a job up here, and she had a place up here but didn't have a job, couldn't make the move. So we ended up getting her trained up and having her apply for this position, and we knew the hiring manager and got her position, making $35 an hour, and she's up here in New York with her family and has a good job now.
What kind of training did you get her?
So it was a security guard job as well.
Security guard job.
Yep. So she's
making $35 an hour?
35. We've had opportunities at Verizon stores in New York City making $40 an hour. So
you know, somebody just helped me at a Verizon store.
Yeah.
And it was a young woman that got my cell phone working again.
Mm-hmm.
And I just was trying to imagine how much she was making. I figured it couldn't be much, but she certainly knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But she was making $35 an hour.
For my security guard was making $40 an hour at Verizon. Yeah, to be
a security guard.
Security guard was making $40 an hour. They come in all shapes.
Anybody who's watching this, I hope you're paying attention, because boy, you're telling me some stuff I didn't know.
There's a lot of opportunities. I have another one of my veterans. He does canine security guard, so he has a dog that goes home with him every single day, and he's a security guard in New York with his dog. So, and he makes $37 an hour.
Where did he get his dog?
So he got his dog through the company that he was working through, and had to do training up in Connecticut for about 2 months with the dog, and then he's back down here working in Brooklyn now.
Wow.
So we don't just place jobs in the Suffolk and Nassau. We're all
over
New York, yeah. We can help out. So, Yeah.
Wow. You don't have any more stories, do you?
I have stories all day.
Please. We have about 10 minutes left. 8 minutes.
Yeah. I'll talk about some of the other things that we do. So
Sure.
our biggest thing is to help with employment, but we go above and beyond. Every veteran there is, the first thing I say to them is, hey, we're not just here to help you with employment. Let's help with if you need a free lawyer, if you need help with your GI or your school benefits, you need help with your disability benefits.
How do you help them with the disability benefits?
Yep, so we have resources. So disability, if you're in Suffolk County, we've got people out there that help. And if you're in Nassau County, we're sending you here to the VSO, working with them. And a lot of things that I do see, and I don't know if you see this, veterans don't know that you can go through these places, the VSO, the VFW, and they'll help you do your disability claims for free. You'll see a lot of lawyers that try to charge people to do their claims and say, oh, you don't have to pay anything up front, we'll just take it off on the back end. And so that's another thing. We try to educate all our veterans. And hey, we're not just educating you, you need to go out and educate your veterans too as well. So yeah, no, it was a good time.
Very good.
Yeah. You want more stories about
in
the Army?
Yeah.
Let's see, some of the things. So I spent 3 years in South Korea doing my job as air defense. And in those 3 years, I actually got to visit the DMZ twice. And so I don't know if have you ever been to the DMZ?
No.
Cool. So they're in the middle of the DMZ. They have these buildings that are on both sides of the DMZ across the line.
Yeah.
And you can go in the blue ones for South Korea and the silver ones are for North Korea. And I actually walked into the blue one and stepped into North Korea.
I understand that occasionally there are firefights still.
In fact, I think there was recently, a couple weeks ago or last week, there was one of the North Korean veterans escaped back over into South Korea.
Really?
And they were shooting at him. Yeah. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, Korea was fun. When I was a recruiter in Patchogue, that was some of the best times I ever, it was the things that we got to go do. There's a difference between being in a line unit, being, at a base, and then being a soldier in a town that doesn't have a base, that doesn't have soldiers all over the place. So it's a lot different. We got to do a lot of stuff. I got so much stuff, so many concerts. We were given the opportunity to go on the Tonight Show. And
I'm wondering how much it cost for a soldier to live somewhere on Long Island if he's on active duty and he is living alone. Yeah,
so quite expensive.
Yeah.
Now, I did it in 2014. I just bought a house, which is unbelievable how expensive it is. But housing allowance, they pay pretty well up here in New York. In fact, when I was here in New York, I was making more money every 2 weeks in my housing allowance than I was making as my base pay.
Really?
So they if you're stationed here active duty, they pay you a housing allowance to live here. Yeah. But it's still tough because of the money. New York is a tough place to live. It's very expensive. So, and that's the other reason why we find jobs that pay well, because how are you expected to live or go find a house on your own if you can't even make good money? So, yeah.
All right, we've only got 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Can you tell me another story?
Another story. What do you want to, like what? Like what kind of story?
What kinds of jobs that you've been finding for veterans?
Yeah, absolutely. So we work with CVS. We have direct hiring through them. Amazon, Home Depot. A big one during the season is City Bike. So we hire probably about 200 people to City Bike.
City Bike? I haven't heard of City Bike.
You have. So if you go to New York City, the blue bikes that everybody's riding around, the blue ones that they rent, you can rent them right there, put money in and ride them everywhere, that's City Bike. So we place veterans there to help pick the bikes up, charge them, do any maintenance on them and stuff like that. And they make $25, $30 an hour. They make pretty well doing it. So yeah, we've done that. Hudson Yards. We have a couple veterans at Hudson Yards or Belmont. Or
What's Hudson Yards?
Hudson Yards is a place in the city where goods come in, and we have veterans or security guards that work there too as well. Yep. Belmont, I think they just put a shopping center over at Belmont. We have guards that are working there too as well, and they're making $30 an hour. So security guard work is, I promise you, it actually can be good. And the training is paid for, so it's an easy way to go. I'm trying to think of some other, I mean, we've worked with, in the 2 years that I've been here, we've worked with about 120 veterans that we've placed into employment. So we place them all over the place. Schools, we have a couple veterans that work at the elementary schools all throughout Long Island. Yeah.
Do you ever hear from someone you've placed in a job?
Oh, all the time. So the good thing about my program is, listen, I don't just place you into a job and then we stop talking.
Right.
You know, you call me in 30 days and say I need a new job. We help you place you into that job.
Really?
Yep. And we have them come back all the time and, hey, thank you. You know, in fact, one of our best success stories, we put a guy in, a security guard, at BAE, which is a defense company.
Right.
And he was doing security guard works. They hire him on as a hiring manager. He calls us to hire our veterans now. So it's just things like that. We stay in contact with, you know, our veterans that stay in contact with us. You know what I mean? So a lot of veterans will come in, they'll get their job, and then they'll just disappear. But we'll check in with them. We'll try to call them.
Yeah.
We do follow-ups every second quarter, fourth quarter, making sure everyone's good. So.
Do you ever have any sad stories? Something didn't work out for?
We've had them. I have a veteran that, a very sad story. You know, we helped him try to get work. He was battling his own demons, battling drug abuse, and trying to find housing, and living in this, you know, just rundown places in Bayport, trying to get arrested just so he would be warm and stay warm, trying to get him help, and then he just fell out. Like we can't find him. We don't know, you know, what happened to him or anything. So if he's out there, you know who I am. You know, give me a call and let us see if we can help you again. So. Yeah.
There you go.
There I am.
Say, also, your phone number is up there. What's your phone number again?
You'd have to pull it back up because there it is. 347-429-9314. Exactly. And if I can say one thing, Ed, and I do want to put it out there.
You have
everyone.
1 minute left to say.
1 minute. Listen, if you know a veteran just give them a call and see how they're doing, right? Just talk to them. Veterans, they're struggling. We know that. There's a lot of veterans out there struggling that, you know, feel like they don't have anybody, feel like they can't find jobs or anything. So just reach out to them. Just give them a call. That's all it can take. I love helping veterans. I love what I do. I love, you know, being a part of this. So if it's, you know, just saying hi to a veteran, buying them a coffee or something, just, you know, I just love to put that out. It's like, just say hello to a veteran.
I think it's wonderful that you can find jobs and get them the benefits they need to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very good.
Thank you.
Okay, I think that's it. Can I have the crew up here? Sonny, Eric, come on up behind the camera. Come on. Anybody in the back room, can you come up? Loretta, Bev, anybody? There you go. There you go, Loretta.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Too
Absolutely.
bad I'm not in the job market.
Too bad we don't have an hour. I can just keep talking about it.